Hey there and welcome back to another video. So as you can see, today is the second history and makeup video. As you can see, it's 60s inspired. So 60s is my favorite era for makeup and fashion and hair. So yeah, this is going to be a little different from my last history. So this is going to be a little bit more different from my previous history video. Well, first of all, I'm not going to do a voiceover. I'm just going to talk like this. And second of all, instead of recalling parts of history for the 60s, we're just going to focus on the makeup. So I'll be showing you how to do like the basic 60s look. We might do a little bit of a spin to modernize it a tiny bit. I'm not sure yet. Let's get started. So chances are I'll probably speed this part up, like the whole foundation, concealer highlighting, and contour moment, just because I feel like the main focus of this era's makeup is the rest. So I'm just gonna quickly do this part. So disclaimer, they did not contour their noses in the 60s. Okay, so let's start with eyebrows. So in the 60s, lots of the time people just filled their eyebrows in and defined them. They would use like an eyebrow pencil or even an eyeliner pencil, or lots of people would just leave their eyebrows the way they were. So kind of like today in a way, but yeah, we're just gonna define my eyebrows the way I usually do. And then I just wanted to mention that if you had any suggestions on what you would want to see next for a history video, like the next topic of discussion, please put it in the comments just so that I know what you guys want to see. Okay, I'm fine with that. I guess I'm like trying new things, you know? Why not draw my eyebrow a little differently? Can I do it? You know, like why not try new things with your makeup on the World Wide Web where people will eventually see it and judge you for it? So then let's get to eyeshadow. So lots of the eyeshadow back in those days were either matte or they had like a slight shimmer to them. And lots of the time it was either white or it was a pastel color. So today we're gonna go in with this like turquoise color. And then obviously the iconic thing of 60s makeup is the, I don't know what to call it. We're just gonna call it the Twiggy line. The Twiggy line, which was in your crease, you'd have like a black line. People also wore eyeliner, a winged liner, but because I can't do eyeliner on myself, I won't be doing eyeliner. But if you were to create or recreate a 60s look, eyeliner, just like a normal wing, is good for the 60s. I don't know if we should modernize this. No. So as I was saying, I'm not sure if we should like modernize this. So a normal 60s eye would be basically this shape. So lots of the times they wouldn't really blend it out either. They would just like leave it like this and then draw their little black line on the top. But I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this. So it's more 60s inspired and not like 60s, you know? Especially because I can't really do the eyeliner. It's not going to be authentically 60s anyways. And then, so I'm going to go in with black anyways later, but let's grab a darker color and just pack that into the crease to already create that like look of the 60s. So we're just gonna pack this into the crease and then we're just gonna wing it out with the wing. Then I'm actually gonna blend that out because that's not dark enough in my opinion. but we already have like some definition there. And then I'm gonna go in with this blue color, Cursed. Just gonna blend it a tiny bit. Ooh. Okay, so now just to recreate that on the other arm.
I was drag you pregnant though.
Drag me, Monique.
Drag me, Monique.
So with the black line that would go in your crease, it was usually done with like eyeshadow. So I'd recommend using a brush, like a little angled brush, but it's not as thin. So here's my normal angled brush that I use. It's quite thin. This one isn't. So I wouldn't use this for like anything. I'd recommend using like something like this, or even just a normal application brush. Then you apply the black where I've applied that dark blue, and you don't blend it. Or if you really want to, you can blend it a little bit, because some people did back then, but most people didn't. And it depends also like where you were going. So if you were going out for the night, then you'd have it really dark. And if you were just doing like a daytime look, like you were walking around the streets, or I don't want to say going to work, because I don't think people who went to work really did like that makeup, but like if you were just going to the grocery store or something like that, then people would blend it out a little bit more. And then another iconic thing from the 60s is the little lashes at the bottom. Now again, I can't really do that because my eyes at the bottom here crease as well. So I'm like the worst canvas for makeup ever, but I'll do it anyways. We'll see if we can figure a way around it. So I'm gonna go back in with that dark blue on my normal angled brush, and we're just gonna see. I won't be able to do this with liner because the liner will just smudge. So I think my safest bet is doing it with some powder, some eyeshadow. I mean, lots of people had different ways of doing their little bottom lashes. And obviously this was popularized by Dame Twiggy, but everyone had a different way of doing it, so why not do it your own way? I mean, if you were to do your own little 60s makeup look, do it however you want to. If you want to do the iconic straight downs, if you want to do a little curve like me, if you want to go completely wild and do something else, do it. And then I am just gonna quickly go in and define this. Okay, go off wig. Wow, I actually have never tried to do the bottom lashes. I did once for Cole, like when we were there we had to do like iconic and then modernized versions of each look for an assignment. I mean of each era. When I tried it, obviously I tried it with like normal eyeliner and it smudged so bad. So I've never tried it with like powder. I feel like the chances of it smudging are so much less now. And I actually am like obsessed with it. I love how at the beginning of the video I was like, we're gonna do an iconic 60s look. This is how they did the makeup in the 60s. And I'm over here like, I guess there was probably maybe someone that did their makeup like this though. Then because lots of the eyeshadows back then were like pearlescent, I'm just gonna grab a white shimmer and I'm just gonna lightly run that across my eye. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of, because I don't want my lid to be white now, I'm just trying to create a little bit of like pearly shine, you know? So instead of packing my brush tons, we're just gonna roll it a little bit. And then instead of packing it onto my eye, we're just gonna lightly dust. Lightly. Okay, so that eye's basically done, almost. I just need to do a black line. So I do have a little nail art brush here. This is what I use to do detail liners and graphic liners and things like that. Okay, so those are the eyes officially done. So the iconic 60s things are these little eyelashes at the bottom, the defined crease, a pastel color, So it's kind of authentic 60s, but anyways. Now let's get into blush. So blush was also quite a big thing in these times. Also, in the late 60s, people liked to do more of a bronzy look because throughout most of history anyways, people were doing really pale faces. I mean, I'm talking Egypt. I'm talking obviously like the Renaissance era in the 20s, in the 30s. So people were doing their face really pale for a while. And so when the 50s came, people stopped doing that. Like they went more their natural skin tone and things like that. And then in the late 60s, early 70s, most of the 70s actually, people were doing a lot of bronzer, and that was the that's when the tan came into fashion. Okay, I know we were just talking about blush and things, but I wanted to try and define my lash line because I feel like it looks incomplete without that. I just realized that these eyes are not similar at all. So like I was saying, like bronzing and having a more tan skin tone came into fashion in like the late 60s and early 70s. So let's add some more bronzer here. Okay, so in terms of blush, people liked pinky blushes, coral blushes. That was really in fashion. And then like some people did like red, and they never really wanted it to be like blush, you know, like I am today. I like a lot of blush, and what they liked was just like a subtle glow, you know. And they also didn't just add it to the cheeks, they added in their hairline and their temples and their jaw to create like a naturally flustered look. We're just gonna grab a little blush and add like the tiniest bit to the cheeks. Sometimes I get really carried away though. So they didn't really add blush to their nose. I actually don't know who started adding blush to their nose. Clowns, that's who. I've just hit pan. I just hit pan on my... Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways. So then let's go into lips. So lipsticks were a wide variety of things back then. People liked doing many different colors, but mainly, again, like the eyes, it was sort of like they liked light colors, so like pastel pinks. So we're gonna do like a really cute little pink lip moment. And lots of the lipstick back then, the lipsticks were matte, but if you were feeling fancy, you'd take a little Vaseline or whatever and put it on your lips to make it more glossy. So just like in my drag video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a normal clear lip gloss and add that to the lipstick that we mixed. This can be done with any lipstick, you guys. So if you want a lip gloss in the lipstick shade that you have, if it's like a tube of lipstick, cut some off. I know it's daunting and I know you don't want to do it because you want the lipstick to look pretty forever. Add some clear gloss to it and put it in a little container for yourself. So yeah, people like this like pale pink lip fantasy. So obviously in the 60s as well, mascara was a thing. So let's quickly do some mascara. I hate this lip color on me, so just know that I'm very uncomfortable. So let's do another rendition of this look and take the lipstick off then. So that's 60s makeup history complete. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was entertaining. I know it wasn't exactly like recall facts from history of the 60s like my other video. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about this. Okay, so side note that I forgot to mention, because I've actually, did I write it down here? So also with the eyeliners and things like that, lots of the time on the bottom lash line, they'd put white either in their waterline or directly under it. So yeah, I guess that's it. Like I said, I hope this video was entertaining, educational, instructional. I hope you learned some things. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I can't wait to see you on Sunday, where hopefully, if my plan goes right, I'll be doing a after makeup routine video. So I'll be showing you guys like what I do when I finish a makeup look. So I hope you have a good morning or evening or night, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.